Hi, it's Nancy with Garden Scroll, and it's a cold February day. Yesterday, we're in Oklahoma, I should say, before I say the following, that yesterday it was 70 degrees and today it's 35 or something similar to that, and that's the truth. But anyway, it was a beautiful day yesterday. I went walking a little bit and I did feel good yesterday. My knee is beginning to heal. I honestly can feel a difference finally after 1 month and 9 days of pretty much extreme pain. But I'm going to pretty soon be walking and going again. I think so. But right now we're going to be going into the end of July, and when we finish up July we'll only have August and from the 1st to the 20th of September, because the 20th of September is when I started back recording the garden as it was actually happening. But we'll have to go back, of course, and get these other ones. I'm trying to get them in order for you, and then we'll have a whole record of the 2018 garden, which is pretty awesome, actually. If I do say so myself, it's something I've wanted to be able to do, and it's taken, of course, a year, which actually has taken a little over a year, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hi, it's Nancy. Welcome to A Scroll in the Garden. Here's a pretty red salvia that is not invasive. It does make a pretty large size clump. It looks like a bush when it's all blooming, but it's very pretty, and it doesn't get out of where you can't control it. And I saw a little hummingbird on this the other morning too. They love it, not only for its color red, but also anything with these little tubular blossoms that they can get their beaks down into, they love. The black and blue salvia is looking pretty. And then there's another blue salvia down here below it. I still need to fill this little pot out. This might actually be a good day to put some starts in there. I know they'll probably wilt, but it might be cool enough for them to live long enough to get a root started. Look at these pretty little strawberry fields blooming in this pot. Don't they just set her off? This little pot of succulents has done so well. This is a little thundercloud sedum. It's like a miniature sedum. One of the autumn joy or those type of sedums, only it's miniature. It doesn't get a whole lot bigger than this right here, but a little bit. But I think it's going to bloom soon. It looks like it supposedly has little white blooms on it when it does bloom. And this little succulent, I need to look up the name of that, is so pretty to me. These little ones, and they just flow out of the pot too. And I put those in this spring, late this spring, because I had something else in there, and they've already filled this little pot up. The verbena is looking pretty in this little pot. So our youngest daughter is coming this evening, and these are the gaillardia or blanket flower, which is her favorite flower that I grow in the garden. These are clematis. This is a dinner plate dahlia, which mine never really get big as a dinner plate, but that is a big pretty bloom. Pretty candy cane verbena. I need to come and trim it back so it'll bloom full again for me. And this pretty little purple clematis is putting on a little bit of a showing for me. There's another one of the surprise lilies. And a pretty pink rose. This is my pretty white crepe myrtle, and some more pink roses on this side of the arched trellis, and also some more surprise lilies. I had to cut back my little Marguerite daisy, which was right there. Which I hope it will come back out again, but it was like me, it just couldn't take the heat any longer. This pretty little purple Angelonia is loving this day also, you can tell. And these little blanket flowers are so bright, this yellow just shines. Showed you this just a few days ago, and look how it's already grown. That zinnia is coming right on up, as well as the little strawberry fields plants beside it. It's looking good. I love this little praying cherub. And this little Indian angel, I originally got her for the church, but I just love it when they decided to change things out. They just gave her back to me, which I gladly took her. She just looks like she belongs here now as much as she belonged there then. And these little girls right here by this pretty little cherub. When I see those, I'm always reminded of my friend Charlotte, and I imagine that we're out here discussing life and how it's passed since we never get to see each other. And then my sister Kathy, she says every time she sees it, it reminds her of me and her out here discussing life in between when we saw each other last. This little petunia has looked pretty well off through this season. It's even still going. A lot of my petunias just died out. And it's late enough in the day that the purslane mosses are blooming. If I could get a good shot of all of this in this pot. It's so pretty. I think I needed to have put it up in a pot that's higher though, where I could enjoy it more, but it's pretty even down there low in that little pot. I gave the marigold in this little pot a little haircut, but I think I like it better. It still looks good. It had more flowers, but it was covering up my view. And then of course there's some more surprise lilies. My mother gave me several of these just in case you wanted to see something orange. I would say this is orange. These are some of my favorite zinnias, the ones that have extra color halo around their little halo of yellow flowers. Something's been eating on this one, but that's a pretty color too. And this is the double cosmos. It's so pretty. It seems to bloom a little sooner than the single cosmos. And I got my start from a free package that was sent to me. Some more of the double purslane moss. This little daylily bloomed later than my other ones did, and therefore it's still blooming and I get to enjoy it longer. It just extends the blooming time. And I have some that bloom both summer and fall, so maybe we'll still get to see a few daylilies this fall. This little double petunia has done so well. Even though it's a little beraggled by the sprinkler, it's just shown all summer. The pretty seed heads from the grasses are looking pretty. There's some more back there. The sun has come out and it's heating up. And I have saved some seed from this pretty little marigold. It's called Strawberry Blonde, which looks like it's just a real pretty yellow, but you can tell that it has got started out as a more of an orangey color, and it goes through several different shades of yellow before it dries up and turns into seed. This little pot of plants has just done so well. It's about to cover up my decor in the center. So pretty. I probably do need to go ahead and trim some of this off and put it in different places maybe. This is a pretty little ruffled coleus, this green. And this one is called a Strawberry Drop. I can't remember for sure the name of these other, but they both are a pretty trailing coleus. They do work wonderful in pots. The little pot back here has not really reached the full potential that I thought it had, but it's still pretty. And the calabachoa, the pretty little double yellow calabachoa, is at least still alive. And I put this Alabama Sunset coleus beside it, and it's just really brought out the beauty of the calabachoa, especially since it's so small. It needed something there to help it to shine. And then of course I do have the Dusty Miller with the Silver Falls Daschandra there too. And then there in front of us a big old elephant ear, which has done really well here on this in the shade. I have a couple of more over. Let's see if I can just go over that way for you. But over under this rain tree, and they're not doing so well. I think for some reason it lets more sun come through, and it just doesn't get the water over there as much. I usually have to hand water that area. The little allium are looking good too. Look at this pretty little plant. This is the one I got from Janie's nursery. She told me I would love it, and she was right. Looks like this little bee is loving it too. These little pots have done really well for me this year too. They look so good.